every golfer wants to hit it longer, like I do, you do. So I'm going to show you 3 ways you can build some effortless power, keyword here being effortless power, into your golf swing. Let's get into it. Don't forget that this channel is powered by you, the viewers, so do get down in the comments. We're addressing these questions today. Everyone wants some distance, right? This is a popular video. Okay, so let's talk about some 3 ways. First way could be to stand here and really try and swing quicker, number 1. Number 2, I mean, look at that though. This leads me into number 2 nicely, where we then strike it on the club face. What I tend to see is when I try and really swing it quicker, like with my arms, I lose strikes. Number 2, where you strike the golf ball, how centered you get this on the face. And finally, your face to path relationship. If you are a golfer that the club face is massively open and slicing across it, a little bit like this example on the screen right here, then this is going to really make your impact not very efficient. We're going to glance across the golf ball. So, you know what? Let's get you able to swing it quicker first off, but feel like it's a bit smoother. Let's learn to separate. This is the source of power. So how I think about power, it all comes from here. If we don't get a real stretch between where your hips are and where your shoulders are, it's very hard to create a coil. Like, we hear these words bandied around in the golf swing all the time, but they are really important. So this is one thing that I would definitely recommend doing before you even attempt hitting any golf balls. And this will help with your irons and your driver, right? We need to learn to separate, let's imagine like our body split into 2 areas, the lower from the upper and the upper from the lower. So we're gonna start lower from the upper first. Club out in front of you, almost like it's like locked against the wall, and just turn the hips, trying to keep the chest as still as possible, and turn the hips. Just give me 4 each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then complete it for 4 more. And just look how I'm learning to separate. Now, to give you an idea of what that is in the golf swing, that's that point here. That's creating this. Now, how many moves do we see like that? In fact, I can do one better. Have a look at the screen right here. Here is Rafa Cabrera-Bello, what a golf swing, in slow motion, really opening his hips up. So go on, complete that area. That's a really nice position to be in, to feel that hips opening. But then we need to have a bit of a go at doing the opposite way around. So how do we get the hips to stay still, put the upper to move? Just like that. Feel like those hips are locked in. So come here, Josh. So if you really concentrate on those hips there, and then look at my upper half, I'm gonna complete 8 reps again. Just really feeling I'm learning to separate, and that'll be you coiling up in that backswing. So 8 reps, hips still, 8 reps, shoulders still. Perfect way to get some effortless power in your golf swing. So that's addressing point 1. 90% of us are in that situation where we cut across it and that causes weak shots. Like, I know if I don't think about this on the range, I 100% fall into this bad category. So we need to get that feeling of a little bit of release, don't we? But then also getting that club face to square up. So nice and simple, just use your head cover, like really. So I like to do this, 1, 2 club heads in front, place my head cover down, and I'm going to address the golf ball here. I want you to see 2.5 knuckles in that glove hand, and just get used to feeling this. A bit of release, avoiding that head cover. And if you sort of look at me here, when I'm saying release, because I know a lot of you might think, what do you mean? It's this, just a little bit of this through the golf ball. So that is addressing that 3rd point we said, the efficient face to path relationship. For many of us, getting that release with a slightly stronger grip into out is definitely going to create less of a gap between where your face is pointing and where your path is pointing, and therefore something more efficient. Right, let's get a shot tracer on this. Got to hold those hands still here. And let's see if we can create a little bit of a draw. So I'm going to feel that release and avoid that head cover. A little bit like that. God, you will have seen on the screen how far that one's gone, but get down in those comments, like, what is your longest drive to date? Final point. This is key. You're gonna be happy you stuck around here because this is the biggest thing golfers don't think about, where they strike it. Now this is the bit that's gonna give you some real confidence. Now, hopefully you've noticed in this video, at not any point have I asked you to swing quicker. I'm telling you how you can get more efficient through separating better and also creating a better face to path relationship. And now finally, finding the middle. Okay, so if you are a golfer who's constantly hitting it a little bit out the heel, guilty. I find that heel, it goes so short when you hit out the heel. Place a tee peg 1 to 2 fingertips just inside. Now the idea here is if you hit it out the heel, you're going to avoid that inside tee peg. You're not going to hit it. So we want to try and get both those tee pegs out, which is going to take your strike from here to here. So that's the first variation. Second one, if you are a golfer who's striking it out the toe, place a tee peg the opposite side, just outside the golf ball. If you're striking out the toe, you're going to miss that tee peg. So again, the idea is take them both out and help train that more centered hit. First thing I do is at the range, have a look where you're striking it. Very often when you're down here, you're gonna get some ball imprints. Once you find a bit of a pattern, if you're always towards the heel or always towards the toe, and by the way, if you are like me, that will change session to session. This is a great way just to find the middle. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I know this is really gonna help you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.